Bonjour everybody, welcome back. This is my reaction video of the final between Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. Seriously, I really could not believe what my eyes saw when I started to see the match. I was so shocked after the first two sets. I couldn't picture in my wildest dream that Nadal would destroy Novak Djokovic that easy. It was out of this world. It was outrageous. A guy that is number one seed gets defeated by the second seed in a way that only I've never seen anything like that. This almost reminds me, it's the opposite of the AO final in 2019, where a supreme Novak Djokovic was the same. He played the same, flawless, without any bad margins or inconsistency. He destroyed Rafael Nadal in that final, and they haven't met since then. In the Grand Slam, they met earlier at the ATP Cup, where Novak Djokovic won in 2 straight sets. And now Nadal beat Novak again in a Grand Slam. He's 5-4 up in Grand Slams. This was the first time that Novak Djokovic really lost this year, because the default, even though it's loss on the paper, he actually didn't lose the match in my opinion. But Rafa basically destroyed Novak Djokovic in this match. You couldn't believe it. Was like, if you look at Rafael Nadal's all matches for this tournament, all of his 7 matches that he has played, it was like a junior league competition for Rafael Nadal. He destroyed basically every opponent, and Novak just managed to take 7 games from him. Oh my God, what an unbelievable achievement by Rafael Nadal. And at the top of the cream, it's his 20th Grand Slam. He equals Roger Federer. He wins his 13th French Open title. And it's his 100th match here at the French Open in his 1,200 career match. Look at the stats, guys. It's pretty damn amazing. I'm going to go into Rafael's stats later. But first, we have to talk about the performances that Rafa put up, because he started with the bagel, and then he won 6-2 and 7-5. Now Rafael Nadal has bageled his biggest rivals through his career, both Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic at the French Open final, guys. This is not the first round or second round that he meet a junior player. You have Rafael Nadal have bageled 2 number 1s in the world, Roger Federer in 2008, when he destroyed Roger Federer and left him in tears, or the same in the AO final in 2009. He only dropped 4 games against Roger Federer. He was ruthless in that match. And then today he bageled Djokovic. Huge achievement that really demonstrates Rafael Nadal's strength on clay, because Rafa knows the clay court, the Roland Garros. He knows every clay court grain that's on the field. He is the master. People call him king of clay. I call him master of clay. And to set record straight, I predicted that Novak will win this tournament. It was a bold guess. I made a video yesterday or on Friday that I said that Novak's gonna win 3-1 in sets. Now I have to eat up my words. Sometimes you predict wrong. You can't always be right. But for me to go against the biggest clay court player of all time, that was very... it was a huge mistake, guys. But don't get me wrong, Novak looked super solid through the whole year. In the beginning of the tournament, he faced great competition. He acted like a champion. He played his way to the final without any major flaws. He dropped 2 sets against Tsitsipas. That was a little bit sign that Maybe Rafa will be the bigger guy in the final, like he has always been. Nobody has really pushed this Claycourt machine into a 5-set battle on Roland Garros, and I'm still amazed. 100 victories here in 102 attempts. That gives an winning number of 98%, guys. It's so damn amazing. If you look at his AO records, he has won 65 matches there and 14 victories, 14 losses. He also only won one title, but if you look at his percentage number, it's 82 wins in that tournament. It's huge also for a guy that has only won that tournament once. And then we have Wimbledon, where I won 53 matches and lost 12. Quick math here, let me see. It gives him 82%, I think, average wins. And in the US Open Grand Slam, he has won 64 matches, then lost 11, and that gives him a winning percentage of 85%. And totally, all in all, in his Grand Slam career, if you only count the Grand Slams, he has won 282 matches and lost 39 of them, and that gives him a winning percentage of 88 totally. I think he's the second to be on board, or maybe has surpassed him, but on that section. So 98% win at Roland Garros, French Open. I'm still shocked, because it's not that Rafa wasn't the favorite. He was the main favorite in this match, but the way he won, that's what I'm impressed of. How you destroyed the world number one, the undisputed best player in the world, the most all-round player in the world, in a fashion way, without no mercy, without no flaws, with the solid, consistent game like always. Rafael Nadal, to be honest, I knew a couple of years ago that he was gonna surpass Roger Federer, and now he's equaled him. He has fought for this has fought in this Grand Slam rally tally for a very long time. He has kept his eyes on that, and I said many years ago in the Eurosport forum, I said that even though Nadal stops winning the other Grand Slams, he has always the French Open. He has always the French Open, and I think that he was around 8 victories by that time, and now he has 5 more. So it's very hard to put your finger on how good Rafael Nadal is. It's pretty amazing. I don't have any words really. He's a machine. He's a beast. He's a consistency king. That's what separates him from the other players. Novak Djokovic, if you're gonna talk about his performance, he was too passive in the beginning. He played the wrong tactics, but it's always easier afterwards. He shouldn't have started to do those drop shot and be so passive in the beginning. And Rafa really showed from the beginning that he was gonna dictate this match. Rafa stepped into the court and dictated the game with his huge forehand, which was the difference. But Novak Djokovic, it was so much on stake. He could have won all of the Grand Slam twice, that nobody hasn't done. He should have get one Grand Slam closer to Nadal, 2 behind Federer, and for once and for all, he would snap Rafa on his nose and Roger also. And I told in my previous video that Nadal's and Federer's Grand Slam winning days are over against Djokovic. Oh boy, what I was wrong, but I can live with it, because I don't root for Federer, Nadal or Djokovic. I'm very unbiased in my opinions. I'm always brutal honest of what I'm gonna say. I'm not backing away from my opinions, even though Rafa played super solid from the second weekend through. I didn't change my prediction, and my all-time favorite player is Andre Agassi. So this doesn't really matter in this GOAT debate for who's to win. But one thing is for sure, if someone really deserves it, it's Rafael Nadal, due to his consistency level, the way he dedicated himself to the game. Because, guys, you have to look at this. The top level of tennis, you have a great amount of huge talent, ball strikers, grinders, technique player. like I said in a video 2 days or 3 days ago, I said that it's easier to be consistent now because it's the same game style everywhere. It doesn't matter if you take your clay game to Wimbledon or at the US Open or Australian Open. Basically, you have to be strong, protect the baselines, and be short tolerance. You have to come up with something, and that's why the most aggressive players benefits, because Rafa is aggressive, Federer is ultra aggressive, Djokovic is aggressive also time to time, depends on the opponent. Novak is not like before that he waits for his opponent to just do the mistake. Rafa is the opposite. He makes his opponents do the mistake with his huge forehand spin, etc. His game, his consistency, his beast killer instinct. He's willing to win trophies. All of them are like bloodhounds. They just want to collect trophies. And what a way to do that in your own living room, because Rafa, like I said many times before, he hasn't dropped the keys in a final. Nobody has pushed him to 5 set. Nobody have really got Nadal on his toe, because this was one of his easiest finals, together with that victory against Roger Federer in 2008. It's hard to believe that he has destroyed two of his biggest rivals in such fashion way and bagel both of them. It's pretty amazing that a player on this top level of sports can manage to do that. But it's like that. And Novak, in this first set, he started out too slow. He was too passive. Everything that is significant to Novak Djokovic, his all-round game, it's his first and second serves, his returns, his depth and length in his huge ground strokes, both from his cross-court forehand, cross-court backhand, his straight backhand, backhand down the line, and that was blown off today. It was like he wasn't there. He was acting nervous from the beginning. I texted a friend of mine. I said to my dear friend Inter, I said, after the first double break that Rafa did, that Novak looks a little bit nervous in this match. Why? What's up with him? Was he caught by the heat of the moment? Because it happens that Novak disappears from the match. It happens. But Rafa really didn't disappear anywhere. He was in front of him like he has always been in those 56 meetings between them. He has always been there across the net. He has never taken a vacation or booked a flight or going to a spa or fixing his pedicure or something like that. He has always been there. He's always there. That's why it's so hard to beat Rafael Nadal, because he will make you play that extra ball. He won't be satisfied until you deserve the victory. Against Nadal, you have to really deserve the victory. You can't go on half measures and rely that Rafa is gonna give Christmas gift like Roger can do sometimes, that we have seen many times. He won't hit himself out from the match. We saw in the first set how clutch Rafael Nadal was. He only did 2 unforced errors, 10 winners in that in the first set. He won 63% of his first serves in and 67 of his second serves in, and he served 76 first serves in and won 63% of them. Yes, that's correct. If you compare that to Novak, it was I've never seen Novak serve that terribly in the first set. 42% of his first serves attempt was successful. That means 58% of his first serves wasn't even into play. And he won low 27% of his first serves in the first match, in the first set. You don't win a match, not even against the guy he met in the first round, Ümer, the Swedish dude that he destroyed. In his second serve, he won only 47%. That's not acceptable. He did 10 unforced. He did 11 unforced errors. No, 11 winners and 13 unforced errors. And converted 0 out of 3 break points. In the second set, 0. He didn't play that rock solid that he earned a breakpoint opportunity in Rafa's serve. Rafael was too aggressive. Novak was too passive. Rafa dictated the pace on the ball and the game in general, and none of Novak's drop shots strategy really worked on Rafa. Rafa is really the wrong guy to go up with such a game plan against him. This is not Dominic Thiem or Diego Schwartzman or PCB or Stefanos Tsitsipas. This is Rafael Nadal, one of the quickest, even though he's not as fast. But Rafa is fast when he rushes straight forward. When his foot speed when he go to right and left is a little bit slower but still top notch. And Rafa was really on fire here today. I've never seen him that hungry. I saw the fire in his eyes. I saw the lion. I saw the Claycourt machine. I saw the beast in him. I really saw why this guy have won 13 Grand Slam at a single event. I saw that today. I have underestimated Nadal a little bit, not much. He's still the best Claycourt player. I said it, he's the best. But I think that this was Novak's chance of really get through. But Novak's first serve in the first set helped Rafael Nadal a lot. And Novak didn't return. Like I said, his returns, the depth of these ground strokes, nothing was at even 70% of Novak's normal regular level. That's not okay against Rafa. Against Rafa, you have to be 100. And in the second set, the same thing continued as the first set. Novak didn't really change anything. Rafa saw his chance. He tried to strike first again. He did that. He converted only two of it. He broke Novak Djokovic 2 times. He got 8 breakpoint opportunities in total in that second set. He hit 11 winners and only made 4 unforced errors. So 6 unforced errors in the first 2 sets. That's outrageous on clay. It really is a solid, super solid numbers. And he won 69% of his first serves in and 75 of his second serves in. Huge number again for Rafael Nadal. And Novak Djokovic raised his level a little bit. He won 58% of his first serves in and 38 of his second serves in. And did 14 winners and 17 unforced errors. So he did 30 unforced errors in the first 2 sets. Total in the match, it was 56 unforced errors for Novak Djokovic, if I'm not mistaken. 52 unforced errors. So in the third set, Novak held his serve in the beginning. Then Rafa broke him. I thought that he was gonna serve to 5-3, but Novak didn't want that. He fought back. He broke Rafael Nadal again, and I thought maybe this is gonna be a little bit competition. Maybe. They went on toe to toe to 5-5, and then Rafa did some amazing passing shot. And then when Rafael Nadal had his breakpoint opportunity, what does Novak do? What does this super clutch monster? Where were his nerves? He does a double fault. A double fault, it means that Rafa is serving for the match in the next game. This was not the real Novak. It was, I'm not going to say he's sick. I'm not going to come with I'm not coming with any excuses. No excuses. Rafa was the much better player. He was destroying him in this match. What happened with Novak? That's a big question mark. I bet you're gonna ask yourself. Not only look at the simple thing that Rafa played super solid, because normally he puts up more than this, Novak Djokovic. But anyway, Rafa made him bad. We can say that, so we can let that go. He won 70% of his first serves in the third set, 60% of his second serve. He did 10 winners and a little bit more unforced errors, 8 unforced errors. So totally 14 unforced errors for Rafael Nadal, 31 winners combined in this match. He converted 7 out of 18 break points, great, almost 50% against a great server like Novak. He doesn't have the fastest serve on tour, but at least accuracy, spin, and he hit them clean, the serves clean when it most matter. Like that. second serve ace when Rafa had a break point against him, 180 kilometers per hour. That shows that Novak can serve. And Novak won 50% of his first serves in and 48 of his second serves in. And he won 54% of his first serves in and 60 of his second serves in. So he served better on his second serve in the first set, and he did 13 winners and 22 adversaries. Too much. And he managed to broke Rafa the only time in the match. So by all means, 7 games dropped. Even Gary Samov, Sinner, and Schwartzman took more games than Novak Djokovic. Can you imagine that? Have you pictured that before the match? That Novak won't take more than 7 games? I would have laughed at your face if you have told me. But never underestimate the Claycourt bull, the Claycourt machine, the Claycourt maestro. The guy that will still, I think, maybe it can be Novak Djokovic last final in the French Open. You never know, of course. But Rafa, come on, man. What did David Ferrero? It was a Spanish dude or some guy on tour said. I think it was maybe Almagro or someone that he said that he can win French Open until he's 65 or 60 years old. That's how good and that's how high his level is. Because, to be honest, many people have counted Rafael Nadal out because of the loss in Rome. I said many times in the recaps of the French Open and after the Rome ATP final, I said this is not an indication of how Rafael Nadal's status will be when he enters the 5-set Colosseum, the battlefield of French Open. It's a total different beast. It's an animal that you can't tame. Nadal is really the definition of a true athlete, because all of these big athletes, like I told you in the beginning of the video, they are super solid trained guys. But what's the most important thing that people forget when it comes to Roger, Novak and Rafa, it's how they train without the ball, without playing the rackets, their physio training. That's the important thing. They have different strategies. I've seen some of Djokovic training sessions, some of Federer's, but never Nadal. I don't know what he does at his practice. But anyway, they train harder than everybody else without the ball. You can just do like Monfils, go into the practice court for 1 hour and swing and give 100% effort in 1 hour. This guy stays 3, 4, 5 hours a day on the court. That's how good that's why they're so good. And of course they are talented, they are mental tough, they are really winners. They have this winner head, the mind and everything that is significant for a great champion. So all in all, guys, to wrap this video up, I don't want to talk too long. I have said that many times and I still go on for a couple of minutes, but this time I really want to give my final thoughts to this tournament and say that the right player won, even though I didn't predict him as the winner. But all due respect, how could a guy like me that watches tennis almost every other day go against a guy like Nadal? Maybe I was sick of him always winning and I saw the chance with Novak Djokovic, but he mostly failed to himself. You can't say he beat himself actually, because Rafa played too good in this match. I don't know if it would have been a match if Novak would have raised his level a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I should have taken a set, maybe to 5th. But like he has done to all of his competition here before, except Robin Söderling and Novak Djokovic in the quarterfinal 2015, he basically destroyed his opponent. And that tells me that Rafael Nadal can win this tournament absolutely a couple of more times without any hesitation, without any doubt. If he stays healthy, if his knees are okay, if he doesn't get another injury, you can just write his name on the trophy again, like the 13 times before. They should really name this trophy after Rafael Nadal when he retires. Rafael Nadal trophy, in a French accent, of course. So Rafael Nadal, he gave bagel in this final, and it's so impressive that it's gonna take time to digest this. And big congratulations to the Spanish Toro, the best Claycourt player that the world has seen, the most consistent player that the world have seen. You can't really go up against Nadal and not be 100% in physical shape or bring your A game. Rafa won't accept that. Rafa would take no. He doesn't take prisoners. He eats his competition. He eats them. He's like the opposite of Santa Claus. He's the Grinch. Remember that, Grinch. I said the Grinch last year in a sentence before the ATP finals. I said that Rafael Nadal is not Santa Claus. He's the opposite. He's the Grinch. And we have other Santa Claus on the tour. I said who they are. I'm not going to get into their name now. All in all, this tournament, organized, we can say, under the circumstances of COVID-19 or everything like that. They did really good job. And the important thing, the roof worked. It was a big success in my eyes, because you could play tennis and don't extend the match, or delay the match is the correct term. Delay the match. So all in all, this was a superb tournament. I was super excited for this final. But it turned out to be one of the most predictable finals in many years. It was too easy for Rafa this time. He shocked the tennis world really today, because nobody thought that he was gonna beat Djokovic that easy. So congratulations to your 20th Grand Slams. Take care, folks. Bye bye.